Astrocartography is one technique under the branch of locational astrology that helps us see how our natal charts are activated in different places separate from where we were born. And so one question I always get is, oh, is this the same for everyone? Like, is Paris a certain energy or is Sydney a certain energy for everyone? And it's absolutely not. So if you've ever wondered why you love Paris and someone else doesn't, it probably has to do with how your birth chart manifests over the map. And so astrocartography gives us a map of the world with these beautiful colored lines, and these lines represent planets and where they are most visible and activated in different forms. So you can have lines that are related to your career or your love life or yourself or your family. Those are the four main areas. And then the planets provide a different flavor. So, if you're like, I want to be a stay-at-home parent in this next chapter of my life, and I want to focus on family and nurturing, you might want to go to a moon IC, which is the fourth house, home and family line. Let's say I don't want to have kids. I want to go be a boss and I want to make $1 million and I want to hustle. So you might go to an MC line, which is career, that's Sun or Mars, one of those yang energies that helps you have a lot of output in that area. And so I always say, define your goals and figure out what it is that's important to you. See if you're being called to a place, because your intuition, a lot of times, almost every single time, someone will say, I'm being really called to Ecuador. Bingo, Ecuador has a planetary line that's associated with the season of life you're in, the transits you're going through, and maybe it's temporary, but maybe you need to go there for 2 weeks and get it and then go back home. Maybe you need to go to a place for a year and experience it and then go find a new home. So it doesn't have to be temporary. You can experience it even in just a weekend. I always say you can experience it better if you give yourself a couple weeks to a month. Most people can't do that. That's okay. But there's so many opportunities of places that can help you uncover new parts of yourself. Kind of like earlier when we were talking about transits and how that activates your potential over the course of your life. I think astrocartography speeds it up.
So I know I'm being really called to Austria. Like it's screaming at me to go to Austria in the new year and to go into the mountains and to go to the Matterhorn and go to certain towns. I know, like when I look at the map, certain towns are screaming at me to visit. So for me, I also know I'm working on, the timing has been that I'm also working on healing that past life and some relationships from that past life. But now I want to look at my chart and see what lines are running near Austria and Vienna and Salzburg and Vermont to see what other energies are playing there. How can I do that? Do I need to have a astrologer look at the chart, or is there a website that I can go to?
There is a website. The astro.com is a free resource created by Liz Green. She's great. I will say this is the high level. This is like the free version, So a lot of times people will take it very literally. They'll say, oh, wow, I need to go to a Venus line because Venus represents relationships to find love. There's other lines that are actually more conducive for love. And let's say if you have a challenged Venus in your chart, you might not even want to go there for that purpose. It could be harder. So that's where a professional comes in and kind of debunks some of those things. But if you want to get started and just poke around and be like, whoa, what is this? Go to astro.com. It's called Astro Click Travel. If you want to just Google Astro Click Travel, it'll come up a lot easier than poking around. And it's a great resource. And like for you, for example, going to Vienna, you already know that you want to go there. You know it's important. But when you pull up the map and you see the lines that are there, you'll say, okay, this is what my soul needs to tap into, wake up and activate right now. And even if it's a line that maybe that planet has a reputation, like Pluto or Saturn, you should still go because there's something within you that needs the dose of these lines, the energy that they provide.